Hi friends, my name is Jason DeFalco and I'm a very proud member of St. Mary's Church and also a member of the Christian Formation team. One of the areas that we are going to be working on as a team this year is putting together a series of read-alouds with some of our favorite children's stories that align with the themes of our church. Our current theme is Walk in Love. And so over the next few weeks, we'll be reading various children's stories that are connected to that theme. And I have the honor and privilege of reading our very first story entitled Be Kind. Be Kind is written by Pat Miller and illustrated by Jen Hill. And so as we're reading the story together today, I'd like our children to be thinking about three different questions. The first is, when have you been really kind to others? When did you wish you were really kind to others, but maybe you weren't? And the third is, when have others shown kindness to you, and how did that impact you? So settle in and be prepared to enjoy Be Kind. Again, by Pat Miller, the author, and Jen Hill, our illustrator. And before I get started, this story is going to follow the tale of a young lady who is really trying to figure out what is the level of kindness she needs to be showing to one of her classmates. Sometimes we think that's a pretty easy question to answer, and albeit sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. And so we're going to listen to how our main character really wrestles with this idea of kindness and what's the right thing to do given this situation. It's also very timely as we're all starting a new school year and coming back together with classmates and our teachers and thinking about all the different things that happen in a classroom every day, and to what level and to what degree should we be getting involved in some of these things to help our classmates out? So without further ado, Be Kind by Pat Miller and Jen Hill. Tanisha spilled grape juice yesterday. All over her new dress. Everyone laughed, and I almost did too. But Mom always tells me to be kind, so I tried. Boy, I bet we can all relate to this situation, especially now that school's back in session. I don't think it worked. I said to Tanisha, "Purple is my favorite color." I thought Tanisha would smile, but instead she ran into the hallway. When she came back, snack time was almost over. She put on her smock and didn't look at anyone. You can see her running out of the classroom. This is our main character here, who's really trying to figure out what is the best way to be kind to Tanisha after spilling her grape juice. I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and added some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. While I painted, I thought about Tanisha. Should I have handed her my napkin, let her borrow my sweatshirt, spill juice so everyone stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? Boy, that is such a good question. That is such a good question. In this situation, and in so many others, what does it mean to be kind? Maybe it's giving. Making cookies for Mr. Rinaldi, who lives alone. Letting someone with smaller feet have my too tight shoes. He might win races in them too. Those sure sound like acts of kindness, don't they? Maybe it's helping, putting dirty dishes in the sink, or cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. He's a messy eater. I wonder how many of you have class pets that you're responsible for cleaning up after. I know I have 2 dogs at home, and they sure are messy. Maybe it's just paying attention. Like telling Desmond I like his blue boots. Asking the new girl at school to be my partner. Or maybe it's listening to Aunt Franny's stories. Yes, even the ones I've heard before. I bet that's happened to all of us. You know, I really like when the main character says maybe it's just paying attention. We can be so distracted sometimes by all the things going on around us that sometimes just paying attention and showing others that we're really listening and paying attention and being observant, maybe that's enough. Being kind should be easy, like throwing away a wrapper or recycling a bottle or just saying thank you or bless you when somebody sneezes. My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. Hey, Carla. What's new, Amar? Good afternoon, Rabbi Mandelbaum. I wonder why using people's names could be an act of kindness. If I'm thinking back to a couple pages ago, the main character talks about just paying attention and how paying attention can be an act of kindness. So perhaps using people's names is showing them that you care enough about them to learn who they are. That kind of makes sense. Being kind can be hard too, even when you know what to do. Like teaching something new to someone, even something that you're good at. It can be tricky, even when you're trying to be patient. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't being kind, that can be really hard. And we know a lot about that from school and from our different teams and things that we do after school. The importance of standing up to bullies. That takes a lot of courage, but is really important. Maybe I can't solve Tanisha's grape juice problem. Maybe all I can do is sit by her in art class and paint a picture of her, because I know she likes purple too. You can see the 2 of them in art class here. Maybe I can do a bunch of small things, but my small things might join other small things that people do. And together, they could grow into something really big. And we kind of call that a chain reaction. When all these little small things link together to turn into a big act of kindness. Something really big, so big that all our kindness spills out of our school and spreads throughout our town. You can see the little town square here. Travels across the country and goes all the way around the world. The neat thing is we're going to have some of these books in church, so you'll really have an opportunity to see the illustrations up close. And by the time all these acts of kindness travel all the way around the earth, they will come right back to Tanisha and me, so we can be kind again and again and again. can see here they're working in class. The end. So again, boys and girls, the thing that I want you to be thinking about are, when have you been kind to others? When did you wish you were kind to others and maybe you weren't? And when were others kind to you? And what was the impact? And when we get together in church for dinner in a week or so, we'll have an opportunity to really talk about not only this story and this theme, but other things that you might have learned about kindness before we meet to celebrate our story and talk. So with that, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the evening, and I'm excited to see people soon. God bless.